I'm going to repeat that. Since 2020, Claim Academy has been named one of the best 16 cybersecurity boot camp in America by Course Report and Fortune magazines. This is big here. Graduates of Claim Academy make $75,000 to start even without a college degree. Ola is a TEDx fellow and Pulitzer Foundation speaker. When he is not working to change lives at Claim Academy and not with his wife Jennifer and their 4 children, he performs several civic duties. I've met him so many places and different talks. He has served as a Downtown Partnership Board, St. Louis Promise Zone Workforce Board, Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship, and Design St. Louis nominated by the mayor. And currently on the board of Greater St. Louis, Inc., a regional initiative with over 3 million residents. He was the co-chair of MacArthur Foundation Workforce Board and is currently on the board of St. Louis GeoFutures Coalitions and one of the commissioners of Botanical Garden Zoology District of St. Louis. Wow, I don't know how you do all that. I don't know how many hours you have in a day.
Well, we just have to give back. We have to remember for what we do, not what we have.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for what you do. Our next speaker is another president from Liberia. Vamadu Sharif. I had to practice to pronounce that correctly. Vamadu Sharif has been the executive director of Career Institute, Family and Workforce Center of America since 2014. Is a and he has a bachelor's MBA from Washington University in the School of Olin. And then also he has a bachelor's in chemistry, minor in mathematics from Missouri Baptist University. He's also a great community leader, serving not just the people from his own community, but also the entire African community here in St. Louis. I've also seen him very actively engaged, organizing forums for youth, but also connecting trying to connect the African community, bring them together in St. Louis. Thank you so much, Sharif.
Thank you.
And to get started, let's just go straight with the presentation. And the way we have lined up is we'll have them share a little bit of what each one of them, the presentation of what they have in their organizations. And then towards the end, we will have a Q&A part for everybody to answer. I have a few questions, but I'm sure most of the questions that we have, we said to them, they will definitely cover them during the presentation. For the meantime, if you have a question, please post it in the chat, or you can send me a text. But towards the end, we will have a Q&A for everybody to step in and share their thoughts. And with that, let's go ahead and get started with Diana.
Hi there, and thank you and welcome everyone. I'm delighted to be here and be a part of this evening's session. As Jeffrey so politely introduced and shared with you about my background, I'm going to just share with you a little bit about Construction Forum, but then really talk to you and provide for you trades and construction resources that you will be able to go into their system and actually be able to get connected and see if there's an opportunity for you within the construction skilled trade side. I know that this is being provided nationally. So some of you might not necessarily be within just the St. Louis region. Some of the information and resources that I do have is national resources, but also the majority of them is going to be local resources. And so there'll be two different types or sides of the industry that I'll be referring to. Some that are union focused, and then others that are going to be what we call operational side around the architect, engineering, and the construction sector of the profession. So as Jeffrey said within my introduction, I started in February of 2020, serving as the Deputy Executive Director. And my role is exactly what he said. I am to establish and create partnerships and opportunities to be able to provide and expose individuals that aren't necessarily connected and that you often don't see out on a job site, and connect them with the industry in a way that from the high school level all the way up to adulthood, and working closely with community-based organizations. So that is our mission. As I said, we are a nonprofit, and we, first and foremost, we are in our 12th year actually, and our executive director, Tom Finan, co-founded the forum. We are considered what you call a backbone organization, and I'll share with you a little bit more. Can I move the slides forward, Jeffrey? No. So, oh, maybe I can. So I would suggest and recommend, and you are welcome to push this PowerPoint slide deck out to everyone that's involved. I'm happy to send this to you. But these are the key resources, construction career resources. It seems like my header might have changed a little bit. Sorry about that. First and foremost, there is an organization within St. Louis called St. Louis Construction Cooperative. They are all of the building trades, and we were talking about union building trades. There are 19 different union skilled professions in which someone can apply for to get accepted into an apprenticeship program. That link and the actual picture up here, the flyer up at the top, actually will take you to the website. And if you were to click on the career trades, you would be able to see all of those 19 skilled trades. Click on that image and be able to take a look at all of the different requirements, documentation, who to call, when I should apply, what are the different components that are needed in order for me to become a carpenter, a boiler maker, a bricklayer, a plaster. Again, there are 19 different union skilled trades that you can go into. You would start out as an apprentice, and an apprentice then can be anywhere from 1 year all the way up to 5.5 years based on what profession you want to go into. So that is the St. Louis Construction Cooperative. If you're wanting to take a look at the union apprenticeship programs and the professions within the construction side of building, that would be my suggestion, and the first go-to is to take a look at that. The other thing is that the Construction Forum twice a week puts out a newsletter that actually incorporates a lot of different opportunities for scholarships and different trainings that are happening within the construction, architect, engineering, construction arena. And that resource is free for you to be a part of. You can opt in to receive that newsletter. That newsletter also has every Friday a listing of a plethora of different job openings and positions within the construction industry. And it's a great resource to be able to look at the types of companies and the types of positions that the industry is looking for within the St. Louis region. And when we define the St. Louis region, we're really looking at the 14 counties in the St. Louis metro area. So 6 counties over in Illinois, and then the 8 counties over on the Missouri side. One of the other opportunities, if you have high schoolers or if you're wanting to know more about what is it that a carpenter actually does or an electrician actually does, or what a pipe fitter or a plumber actually would do, we have another website called Yeah, I Built That. That is another resource for you to go to be able to take a look at different career profiles. We have close to 200 individual career profiles that people are telling their career journey. I graduated from high school. I went straight into an electrician's apprenticeship program. I work for this company. But then I continued on and I went into getting my engineering degree, or I went into earn my associate's degree, and then continued, and now I'm an electrical engineer. So you'll see all of these different career profiles, which is also a way in which to become acclimated and to learn more about the different professions within the construction built environment. If you are a woman on the within this session, and you want to get connected with a woman in the trades, you can certainly go into mowit.org. Actually, it's this week, every third Thursday of every month, Missouri Women in Trades has Meetup, where if you are wanting to know more specifically about tradeswomen, what they do, how to get connected, and how to be mentored or coached into becoming a tradeswoman, that is a resource that will get you connected and support you along that journey. And again, all of those apprenticeship programs are the same apprenticeship programs that you would learn about through the St. Louis Construction Cooperative's website. That's, again, that one-stop shop go-to for all of the resources. Nationally, we call NAWIC, National Association of Women in Construction, is another great resource if you are looking for certifications for women in the operational side of a company. So I might be a carpenter and I am working for McCarthy Building Companies, and McCarthy Building Companies hires me as a carpenter, and I'm out on the field and I'm doing the work out on the job site. But I might become a project manager for McCarthy, and that particular role would be done in-house, operational side. So MOWIT focuses on the apprenticeship, the union trades. NAWIC focuses on the operational professions within the construction or the architect or the engineering side. And these are, again, Missouri Women in Trades is local, NAWIC is national, but we do have a NAWIC chapter here within our region. And then if you are someone that's on the Illinois side and you're joining in, because we're so closely connected, there is another builders association, again, that serves as a one-stop shop, and that's the Southern Illinois Builders Association. That would be another great resource to get connected to if you're wanting to learn more about enrollment and getting accepted into their apprenticeship programs over in the Southern Illinois side of our region. Next slide. So I know one of the things that Jeffrey had asked for me to talk about, so those are great resources. Those are connections for you to get into an apprenticeship program, but some of the apprenticeship skilled craft professions have what we call a pre-apprenticeship. So if you are interested to learn or explore the different options before you fully invest your time in getting enrolled into an apprenticeship program as a carpenter, a boiler maker, an electrician, a plumber, pipe fitter, again, there are 19 of them. These are other resources that are within our region that provide a pre-apprenticeship program. It is an application process as well. So the Building Union Diversity is a 6-week program. Your point of contact would be Jen. That's all of her information. She is a great resource. They are in the process of enrolling students now or candidates now to be a part of this first cohort of 2025. So that's the actual website, and then Jen is the point person to get connected. Then MoCan Construction Career Center is another pre-apprenticeship program. That is a 14-week program, and Yafet El-Amin is your point of contact for that. Building Union Diversity, let me back up real quick. Building Union Diversity, BUD, offers stipends for individuals that are enrolled and want to be a part of that. MoCan also offers opportunities and other support. So if that's another interest, you can certainly connect to MoCan. Again, their website, as well as Yafet is the point person. Champions is another pre-apprenticeship program specific for plumbers and pipe fitters. So if you want to go into plumbing or if you want to go into pipe fitting, then again, those are going to be your two contacts for you to connect with. That's their email. Both Carly and Fred are the two individuals. They start their enrollment process annually. So their application process, they accept year round. And then they begin the screening and the recruitment. The PATS program is another pre-apprenticeship program that's specific for carpenters. So these 4 particular pre-apprenticeship programs are closely linked and tied to the specific 19 construction trades apprenticeship offerings. So I would definitely encourage you to make those connections. Those are, again, the websites. Those are the direct email contacts and or phone numbers. Cesar started several months ago, and I've met with him, and he would be a great connector if you're interested in going into the carpentry side of an apprenticeship. The reason why we say they're pre-apprenticeship is because they're very targeted and focused, especially the Champions and the PATS program, very focused on certain skilled trades. So Champions is very focused to plumbers and pipe fitters, and then the PATS is focused on carpenters. The BUD program and MoCan, the nice thing about those two programs is that I would say they're more of an exploratory and a career exposure. You will be exposed to 8 to 14 actually of the 19 skilled trades. So you'll take field trips, you will go have visits, they will come to you, but you will learn all about the majority of the different skilled trades. And so those are, again, the top 2 are the ones that are exploratory. The bottom 2, again, are very streamlined and specific to those particular skilled trade professions. Next slide. So there's probably questions. I hope there are questions. Again, my role was just to give you some great resources to get you started. I am happy to talk with you, work with you. One of the things that we just became, which is, you'll be the first group to hear this, Construction Forum just was awarded to serve as an intermediary for a United States Department of Labor registered apprenticeship program for a certified survey technician. That particular profession, again, is from the operational side. So civil engineering, working for Missouri Department of Transportation, MSD, any of our larger general contractors that are doing highway bridge work, setting up and laying out the foundation for the owners before the architects. So again, survey technicians is a profession that is in high demand. And we just became an area where we're working with companies that are going to be hiring the survey technicians. We will be starting in February with information sessions. Those dates are still in the final stages of being finalized, but we work closely with the St. Louis County Workforce Development and the city and St. Charles. And again, I'm happy to keep Jeffrey informed and make sure you all are well aware of this opportunity when the application and enrollment is opening. So I'm going to stop there because I know there are two other individuals that want to share their story and career journey. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Diana. That was very, very helpful and very informative. And I think just to mention that we will be able to share these slides and also those contacts for people who can be able to follow up. I know I have been to most of those forums and groups. And I know like BAD they will even provide, like she mentioned, even stipend for those who have a transport issue. So, and within those few weeks, your life can be transformed. Next, we will have Mr. Ola Ayeni.
Hey, hello everyone. I hope you can see
Good.
me. So welcome everyone. Like Jeff said, my name is Ola Ayeni. I'm very excited to share what's new, what's going on in the tech industry, and how you can leverage those opportunities for your future. So next slide. Okay, so Claim Academy has been around now since 2014. We are probably one of the largest tech talent developer school in the state of Missouri. We're approved by the Missouri Department of Higher Education to issue transcript, which makes us different from any of the free programs that you see out there, because we are one of those approved to issue 34 college credit equivalent transcript. And what we focus a lot on is leading people to entry-level tech careers. Next slide. And the way we do this is that we have several solutions that we do with companies to help people in. In the last 11 years now, we have graduated over 2,000 people that are now working at over 450 companies across the nation. And we do several things for companies. One is talent development and replacement. We help them to recruit, train. We do contract to hire, and we also do apprenticeship, as Diana was talking about apprenticeship. Also custom training, we upskill. We help organizations to upskill people within the organization into a new tech role. We help to reskill people within an organization or get people in the right path. And finally, we also help to create credentials. When we talk about credentials, we're talking about micro-credentials, which are typically tuition-funded trainings. Next slide. So what is CLAIM and what do we really do? What we do is we take someone who has little or no background in tech, and in a space of 3.5 months of full immersion, 9 hours a day, our project-based learning has been a game changer for so many people. I know one of the exciting things about working with Jeffrey's organization, and for years we've helped several people from the immigrant community who had come to CLAIM to train and also help them to connect to so many different opportunities across St. Louis and beyond. So we're very excited about that, what we've done in that area. There are so many accolades, which I don't want to go to. It's mentioned in the introduction early on. One of the top 50 best boot camps in America, top 16 best cybersecurity program, a 4-year role by Fortune magazine and Switch Up, as well as Course Report. So we've heard a lot of accolades from so many organizations and people who have come to us over the years. Next slide. All right, so I just mentioned we have an extensive network of employers who are here that we talk to, and we keep signing up more. I'm here now. I'm not actually in St. Louis right now. I'm at a geospatial conference and summit where we're trying to help and connect with new companies in our new partnership with the National Geospatial Agency to launch GIS software developer program with them and with some of their partners. So this number is going to go up from 450. I'm envisioning that before the end of this year, we're over 50, for over 500 by adding 50 new companies to our network. So we not only train people in cybersecurity, in software development, and also in GIS, but also we are opening up our technical training into other areas that we can take someone, we call it from zero to hero, where within that 3.5 months, we teach you using project-based learning how to develop software, how to be a cybersecurity professional, whereby you're able to sit for CompTIA Security Plus certification. Next slide. So when you think about what's been going on now in the last couple of years, a lot of people are no longer talking about going into big education and getting into debt and going to universities. We have we're not opposed to people going to university. After all, I have a university degree and I even have a doctorate degree. But the key is that we currently now live in a state of credentials. We're no longer in the state of credentials, but competence. So we live now in a state of competency over credentials. Right now, credentials are no longer the big deal. It's what you can do is what people are focused on now. And we hear it everywhere. I was just listening to someone recently, and we're looking at data. Across the board, last year, 2024, we've had freshman enrollment is down by 15% in colleges and universities. And many of those people are no longer going to those places because they don't want the high debt. They also want a career or a training where when they do this training, it's going to lead them to a job or a career, not just going into something where there is no increase or there is no career path for them. Next slide. Okay, so we have so many past grads that has come to Claim Academy. Ashley Payton is an example. She was a phlebotomist when she was at Claim. Before she came to Claim, she was a phlebotomist. And as a phlebotomist, she also had a hard time. She was probably at that time, I think she was making $15 an hour. When she came to Claim, she finished, got a job at Santin Corporation. And I think at that time, they started out at $80,000. This was 2019. Okay. Tegan is another example. She actually went to school and studied marketing, came to Claim again. She works at Nesser. And then Alan Njoroge was going to St. Louis Community College when he came to us. And then he finished. He was hired right away by Proficient. I think they started him at 82,000. We're talking again, these are years ago. So there's a transformational impact of somebody coming to Claim to do this program that is part-time or full-time. And by the way, when I was talking early on, I only mentioned the full-time program. We also have part-time where they meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 5:30 to 8:30. And they also meet on Saturday for mentoring and peering or self-study. So overall, you could take these in person if you're in St. Louis, or you can take it online if you prefer to do this online. And it's synchronous class, which means you have and always will have a live instructor who will teach you. Next slide. So these are also a bunch of veterans that came to CLAIM over the years. We've had so many of them. Guys who, for instance, Brett Smith was a truck driver when he came. He was a Marine when he went to school, but then when he finished, he was a truck driver. He had no college degree. He came to CLAIM. He finished, got a job right away at Anheuser-Busch. Next slide. Okay, so we have right now 5 different programs or training that we do. We're adding more. This year, we're going to add another 4 or 5. We have full stack under our software development. We really have 4. We have full stack Java software developer. We have full stack C#.NET software developer. We have full stack JavaScript web developer. That one begins on February the 18th. And then we have cybersecurity, another one that will begin, I believe, March the 4th. And then we have the GIS DevOps developer program, which is something that we work with the National Geospatial Agency here in St. Louis to make that happen. So we're getting ready to make that a big deal and launch it. You'll hear more about that in the coming days. Next slide. Okay, so why do people come to CLAIM Academy over all these years? Well, we've graduated over 2,000 people. We have proven curriculum that delivers, rigorous hands-on training, highly qualified instructors with real-world application experience, and a host of qualified mentors. One unique thing about us is that just the fact that you were able to be accepted and went to CLAIM is already a game changer because of our track record and our credibility. A lot of companies just open up right away because they know that to go through CLAIM is not an easy task. It's hard work, but they know that if you're able to be accepted and go through CLAIM, you are probably someone who is going to do very well. For instance, 2 years ago and up to last year, Accenture Federal, which is an agency here in St. Louis, hired 32 people out of CLAIM Academy. When you look at it, 32 people were hired from CLAIM by one organization within a year and a half. That tells you a lot about what we are able to do and what we can accomplish as an organization. Or what I mean is what we've been able to accomplish as an organization by itself. Next slide. So overall, types of students we accept at CLAIM Academy, we really focus on, we look at behavioral, we do a behavioral interview, we do technical cyber assessment before we accept people. The behavioral interview can take between 30 and 45 minutes. We made some changes to that now to reduce the time. We have this one-on-one 5 hours or 1 week prep that also people do to learn technical things, and then they defend that. And at the end of the day, we get quality students that we then put in the program and we train them, work with them over a period of 3.5 months for the full-time and 24 weeks for the part-time. So people who are working can keep their job, and also at the same time, they can go to school. That's why people can do the evening, whether it's online or in person. So we have those opportunities for people. Next slide. How do we prepare people? We prepare people in 4 cardinal areas. One, you learn, not just learning how to program or do a cybersecurity, but we bring employers to CLAIM, we bring industry experts to CLAIM, we bring alumni to CLAIM, we do fireside chat. So there's a lot of events where we get you ready, you learn the framework of knowledge, the coding challenge, the portfolio of the work, you do resume writing, profile development, all those types of things. We make it happen across the board for you so that at the end of the day, you know how to, your LinkedIn profile, your resume is done well, we teach you how to interview, we have a body of technical questions, all of those things is to prepare you so that when you are interviewing with companies, you are able to excel and get that opening opportunity. Next slide. So, like I said early on, CLAIM is approved to operate by the Missouri Department of Higher Education, also by the State of Missouri Apprenticeship Program. We're updating that now. We do some things with the U.S. Department of Labor, Missouri Department of Economic Development. We're part of the Department of Defense Skill Bridge Program, and we've done so many things with the VA. We're reactivating that back now this next month with the VA, with our Vet Tech program, and so on, with our GI Bill program as well. Next slide. Okay, so there are so many different languages that people learn across the board. In the Midwest, two of the programs that are most common is Java. Then you can also talk of JavaScript and then C#. I do want to say that when you want to come to CLAIM, if you are within the state of Missouri, there are some state grants that you can use to come in. There are several criteria for that. Number one, you wouldn't be somebody who has done college. So if you don't have a college degree, that state grant can cover you. And you probably have been working for a while. You filed taxes. That's very possible for you to get that grant. Another one is called WIOA, Workforce Innovation Act. If you're underemployed, unemployed, dislocated worker, they have that also. And also CLAIM provides some partial scholarships for minorities. And then there are several other financial aid programs that is available for you. So depending on what state you are or where you are, there are some opportunities that you can partake that will help you to pay for the training. It may not be all, so you may still have to come up with some money out of your pocket, but most of it you can get through states programs. That's it for me. The future of tech is yours. If you have any question, you can reach out to me. My name is Ayeni. My next slide talks about how you can contact me, so we can change it to the next slide, please. Okay, next slide. All right, so my contact is right there. That's the building. That's our headquarters, CLAIM Academy at 4356 Lindo Boulevard. There's on-site parking for you, so you don't have to worry about parking if you live in St. Louis. And that's my contact, and that's the phone number to CLAIM, and that's the website address. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ala. That's awesome, and thank you for the great work you do. I can testify so many people that I know that have referred to your side, and you have always connected them and walked them the journey, and their life have changed. I can list the names here, and there's a bunch of them that are really proud of their work and their life that has been changed because of that. So we pray that CLAIM Academy will continue to be there, because your success is our success. So next person will be Vamadu Sharif.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeffrey, and also thanks to my co-presenters. I really enjoy your presentations. On the call or on this meeting, my colleague is here, India Smith, so you will see her. I may ask her a couple of questions about what we do. But together, my background, as you earlier said, I'm a chemist at heart, and my colleague is a biologist. So together we teach bioscience. So next slide, please. I'm not really going to read these. When you come to see us, we'll tell you a little bit more about who FWCA is. We are a nonprofit organization. Our mission is to help people go from point A to point B in their lives. In other words, from economic scarcity to economic security. And we don't just help the individuals, we help the entire family. When you come to us, we assess your situation to see if you need help, maybe somebody else in your family need different type of assistance. So we'll help you go through the whole thing. Next slide. Yeah, go to the next slide. Good. All right, so generally, over the years, FWCA had done tons of research to really find out what really bring people to our facility. So like I said earlier, economic scarcity, we help you become stable, and the goal is to help you, hold on a second. All right, sorry. I'm at home, so you can see some things that happen. So basically, again, to help people move from point A to point B in their life, if you come to us just not having a job, we're not going to take you through everything. We're just going to take you to what specific things that you need, and we'll help you get to that. Next slides. So just like Clem Academy is, we're certified by Missouri's Department of Higher Education. Within FWCA has different programs that, for example, we have daycares, we have mental health, we also have legal services that we help people with. So, but within that, we have a school. So that's why we are certified. We have to go through the entire certification, just like Clem Academy did. Next slide. So we started this program very long time ago. We wanted to figure out what really people needs to get their foot in the doors for science in St. Louis area. Next slide. In 2021, Missouri governor, well, now former governor, visited our lab. We are the only minority-owned organization in St. Louis area that have our own laboratory that teaches individuals that have a high school. We don't deal so much with before high school. Once you get a high school diploma or GED, that's when we help you, connect you to, and make sure that you get your foot in the door to sciences. Next slide. So basically, one of our bread and butter program is called Lab Technician. We teach individuals that have no background in science or technology to become professional lab technician. And we do that by preparing the individuals to learn the basic skills that you need to become successful in this field. Next slide. So basically, we focus on academic, technical, and job placement. These are the three areas that we focus on. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, so with all that said, why did we have to do this type of program in St. Louis? Well, if you look at it, St. Louis is home to some of the biggest pharmaceutical company or biotechnology startup, healthcare, manufacturing, research institution like WashU, St. Louis University, and other major universities. So with that, St. Louis is accounting for more than 22% of all jobs are in this field. When we say this field, mean STEM, science, technology, mathematics, and engineering field. So if you have good background, that means you can demand higher salary, you can demand advancement and opportunity, and even flexibility to work in different organizations or in a different department within the same organization. Next slide. So why we wanted to do this? This is something, again, based upon our own experience and researching across the country. There are 4 major barriers. When it comes to minority or underrepresented groups, you think they're a minority in the general public, but once you put your foot in one of these companies, you'll quickly realize that they are teeny, tiny, tiny minority in those fields. Why? Because they don't have strong background, they don't have a mentor, they don't have money, and they don't have access to these type of training. Everybody say you have to go to college, you have to get a college degree to be able to get your foot in the door for some of these. And we were one of the very few organizations that said that's not necessarily true. Based upon my own background, I spent 9 years as lab technician. So that is where I learned that, look, you don't need a college degree to become a professional lab technician. This is why we are successful. Our organization write grants so that you don't have to go out looking for money. We are accessible. We are located at the Met Center, which is in by the Metrolink. Literally, we call it 200 steps from the Metrolinks. And also, we give you strong background and access to a mentor, professionals that are already working in some of these companies that you will see in the next few slides. Next slide, please. So, for some reason, this is not too clear, but this is how we're organized right now. We run 3 to 4 classes per year. The goal is to make sure that these individuals go through this training within 12 weeks. About 8 and 20, we are maximum of 20 students. Generally, we are about between 10 and 15 students. But we graduate about 90% of those that we enroll, and also graduate about 15 of those that get jobs. Currently, the entry, because this company is, we're talking about stable jobs. This is not one of those quick, you're in today and then next time you're laid off. So the entry level salary on average is $18 to $22 an hour. Next slide. Again, the goal is to get people to make sure that they feel comfortable going into this field, because it's not the easiest subject in the world. And if you don't have a college degree, that means you're either hesitant or you're scared. Well, this is why we're here, for what we're there to do. So the goal is to get you, make sure you can meet the requirement, make sure you're confident, make sure we connect you to the professional and mentor, especially people that may look like you when you get there. And also to make sure you are getting the job. At the end of the day, we focus on getting you the job. It's not enough for you to just graduate and sit somewhere. We have job placement specialists on our staff that will help you connect you to jobs. Next slide. And we have companies that are partnering with us to make sure that our curriculums are up to par, they are current, they are in high demand. They help with interview you sometime even before you graduate and provide you with jobs if necessary. And some of these companies help fund our programming. Majority of our programs are funded through government funding. So there is no out of pocket for any of our people that we train. Next slide. All right. This is a typical way of moving forward. We call it technician pathway. If you come to us with no background in science or technology whatsoever, we start from the beginning, from bottom up. When I'm not going to talk about every one of these, but we spend a lot of time on the tech training side. We call it process or manufacturing training. So we spend a lot of time in that area, and also help you with resume writing, soft skills, how to interview, all that other good stuff. So once you start moving up, the goal is within 6 months, you should be able to be making anywhere between $35,000 a year. And this is a little bit, this was developed in 2018, so a little bit much older now. But again, not just a job, but job with benefits. That's where we're focusing on. Next slide. You'll get a certificate of completion. Okay, good. Yeah, go to the next one. Next slide. This is some of the places our student working. Maybe most of you know Pfizer is one of the biggest pharmaceutical company. They are located right here in St. Louis. One of our strong supporter, Dr. Adekunle Onadipi, and he's retired from Pfizer, has always come to our classrooms and also give us access to their lab in Chesterfield. So this is the type of connections when students come to us, we're able to get them to. KWS is one of our strong supporter, Bio, STL, Bayer. Those are some of the places our students work. WashU in the healthcare sector, St. Louis University, BJC, medical device. There's a company now they call Millipore Sigma. They do a whole lot of different work. They're not just manufacturing chemicals. They're in the bioscience field as well. But also, the bioscience field is not limited to just those fields. It is also focused on agriculture. So KWS is one of the larger company. They're a 170-year-old company, but they have a branch here in St. Louis. They have hired numerous of students directly from our program. Next step. No, next slide. So we help, we don't just help our student, we help the employers. Because most of the time the employer will say, well, we can find qualified minority student. We have to go to China or India and bring in people. Now, I have nothing against bringing people from other countries. Myself, originally, I'm from Liberia, so definitely it's all, if you're qualified, you should be able to get a job. But what about growing people that are already here into this field? So that's why we're focusing on recruiting heavily from minority and underrepresented group, women and minorities. We connect you with we help company reduce the cost of hiring, because before the student comes to us, but by the time they graduate, we want to make sure they are drug-free, they don't have criminal background or extensive criminal histories. If that's the case, then they may have to work in fields, maybe in the waste management side of companies. So we help them get access to qualified minority that are ready to work in this field. Next slide. Again, the long-term goal is to increase the number of certified STEM training in the low-income community and minority groups, to make sure that they are qualified when the companies are looking for them, they're there and are ready to do the work. I've already mentioned some of these. So next step, next slide. Our programs specifically cost about $5,000. However, none of those costs come from any individual pockets. We work with Missouri, St. Louis County and St. Louis City, WIOA, which is Workforce Investment Act, similar to what Ola mentioned. Matter of fact, when I met Ola way back, our organization was the managing, we were managing all of the St. Louis County workforce development programs.
That's right.
So that's how we met, and we have been talking ever since.
Yes.
So next slide. Okay, the admission requirement is very similar to, again, what Ola was saying, right? For us, it's the high school diploma or GED. Now they call it high set. There is a specific test we give to individuals to make sure that you understand where you're getting in. If you don't fully understand, we have a tutor on our staff that will help you get to that point. Preferably, we want people to have no drug or felony background when you're getting into this field. Because let's face it, if you have a drug felony background, who's going to hire you to manufacture drugs, right? So those are some of the things that we make sure that they are taken care of. We don't need to play this video, but this is a testimony from one of the company that I mentioned, that one of our graduate actually works there. She has been working there for more than 5 years. So this is not something new. Next slide. Okay. After DCA, like I mentioned, we have several other programs. I'm not going to go through every one of these. Some of them come and go depending on the funding availability. But home performance labor basically is a pre-construction, a pre-apprenticeship for construction. Professional painter, we also have that. Customer service specialist training, we also have that. All of these are provided at the Met Center. Next slide. Another project is project management. It's a self-paced study program. At the end of the day, you will become, we will prepare you to take the PMP test, project management professional test. It's a very intensive training. We provide some of these training through other agencies that we are partnering with. Well, our part is basically to recruit individuals, make sure that you understand where you're going, make sure you don't have a barrier such as childcare, housing situation, transportation, and so forth. So our organization will take care of those on the back end so that you can focus on your study. These last two programs, they're incoming. We are not doing that at this point. So we'll move to the next slide. Okay, one of the most popular training that we provide is forklift training. Basically, this is within 2 days, you get your certification. We receive people from all over St. Louis area. Companies, when they are relocating to St. Louis, we are one of the first people that they will call to see if we can certify their employees. There's a story about this during the height of the corona. One of a company from Chesterfield, there were 7 engineers. They all came to us to get certified for forklift. I was like, well, what's going on here? They were like, well, because of the corona, there was a backlog for logistics, and they needed to make sure that all of their employees were trained to operate forklifts safely, because OSHA is demanding that every employer do this. So for example, if you want to work at Walmart, you want to work at Amazon, or any one of these other places, we are one of the go-to person to provide the initial training certification. And the certificate is good for 3 years. You can take it anywhere in the United States. We provide entrepreneurship training program free. This program is free right now. basically it's a program that is organized by us with a local bank called CIBC. If you graduate from the program, the CIBC will give you, they will loan you, it's not free money, but they will loan you $10,000 to start your business. But if you already have a business established, you just want to grow it, and you go through our program, they will bump that up to 25,000 to grow your business. This is a win-win all around. So we are recruiting for that program as we speak. Auto repair services, where we are located is called the Met Center. Our partners there, we're always looking ahead. Right now, a lot of people are buying EV or electric cars, but nobody know how to service them. So this auto repairs service will be conducted at the Met Center. The UAW already, they already have their employees there. They're building up to make sure that individual can come there and get certified to repair or to maintain the EV cars. Because what we are learning is in the next 15 to 20 years, maybe 50% or more of cars will be EV, but nobody know how to take care of them at this point. So we're already providing that type of training that should start next summer. Next slide. Well, who said that our kids cannot be, you can't engage them, right? So this is one of the programs. We get students, we give them all the materials and say, go, figure something out, learn something. So they might be in high school students, or they already graduated from high school. They don't know what they want to do. This is called Future Skills. We partner with Intel Corporation to provide this training. Again, all of our trainings are free. Next slide. So this is something we tell our students, everybody. If you come to us, you graduate, and either you can't find a job, or you find that you don't feel comfortable in certain skills. By the way, some of the skills we provide is pipetting, lab safety, laboratory math, documentation, how to document properly in the laboratory situation, as well as aseptic techniques. So if you are not comfortable with any one of these areas, you can come back to us and get additional training free of charge. And we give the same promise to our employer partners. Next slide. Okay, this is basically some of our partners. Like I said before, on the left side is our funding partners. On the right-hand side is our employer partners. We're not going to read this to you, but just to let you know that we are, you see Claim Academy down there. So these are different organizations, because when we talk about STEM, like where you work, the type of work you do, once you finish with our program, you can work in the hospital environment. You could be doing manufacturing. You could be doing just research, or you could be, for example, a student graduated from our course many, many years ago, maybe about 4, 5, 6 years ago. This young lady found a job working at Hardee's, and everybody would say, well, Hardee's, what are you doing? She was working there because she was the quality control person. She was the person that collect the samples when you cook when they cook the hamburger or fries or what have you, when they cook. How long does it stay there before it goes bad? There is a person who does quality control check on those, and this young lady was hired to do that. Her job was just to go from one restaurant to another, to another, to another in the area, and collect those samples, send them out to the laboratory, and they would do analysis to make sure this is what it's good to be eaten after a certain time. Basically, that's what they were doing. that concludes my presentation. My colleagues is on. Maybe you can just say hi, India. Let people see your face. India, are you still there? Okay. All right. So that concludes my presentation. If there are specific questions I can answer, let's go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vamadu. I'm listening to your presentation and all our presentation and Diana presentation, and I'm looking how much resources that we have, how much opportunities that we have around us, and many of our people are struggling to get to them. And here you are offering all this information free, and I hear you and everybody else, all the speaker repeating all these programs are free. So I think for the people who are in the audience right now, I want to say thank you so much for your time, because you will be our ambassador. You will be the people who will be able to take this information and talk to your friends. If you have friends and some of these young people who are graduating from high school, and I sent a text the other day. I said not everybody is meant to go to 4-year degree course. There are people who are very good in hands-on. I had reached out to one of the gentlemen that Diana introduced it to me, and he's a very young man who is started a job of painting, and I've been following him on Facebook. This guy has so many people working under him, and the company has grown to get a lot of recommendation and contracts in different companies across St. Louis. And the job was the painting. I don't know, Diana, are you still there?
Yes, I am here. You're talking about Devon Johnson.
Devon, yes.
Yes.
Do you mind sharing a little bit about Devon?
Certainly. So Devon actually went through the Union Painters Apprenticeship Program and became a painter at the ripe young age of 19, started his apprenticeship journey, and at the age of 23, he actually started his own company. So from an entrepreneurial standpoint, yes, he certainly has accomplished a lot. His D. Johnson is his painting company. He has grown immensely, and he is what we would call a signatory contractor. Signatory contractors only hire union skilled trade apprenticeship career professions. So like I said, there's 19. All of them are union apprenticeship programs, and then companies hire and become what they call signatory contractors. So Devon works closely with the Union Apprenticeship Training Center for what they call the finishing trades. In that school, their apprenticeship training center is down in Chesterfield Valley. But he is doing well. I think he is definitely in his one full year has reached over a 3 million mark, which is monumental from a revenue standpoint, and has been able to hire several people and actually take apprentices on through the Union Painters program. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. It's very encouraging to see such young people and taking advantage of the opportunities that is around, and the opportunities are just endless. Like you all shared with, the opportunities are endless. So let's continue encouraging. Let's take this information that people have been shared today, and I'm sure we'll be able to share them with the email, so people can be able to follow up and go to these places. I've been to Vamadu company and I've interacted. I've seen all those, even when you talk about the EV vehicles program that they're doing over there. So it's all good to see and see the future, what's happening. I will give this time to people to ask questions. And I think maybe before we open up in the forum, I see on the chat There's somebody who is asking, does FWCA have any age limit for your training programs?
In order to get involved in the career side of things, yes, the minimum age is 18 and older. However, we have other programs that are pre-apprenticeship. The starting age is 16, and we are actually going to start that program in February. Is for pre-apprenticeship into lab technician training programs. So, yeah, that's the age limit. But
Okay.
there's no maximum age limit. We have students that are 50, 60 years old. So
Opportunities are endless. I hear even the guy who started the Kentucky Chicken, he was over 65.
yeah.
So the next question is, how can someone with entrepreneur dream benefit from your trainings, especially when in need of ideas of what to do? Do you offer counseling on entrepreneurship? I think that will be directed to you, Vamadu. That will be much more related to the entrepreneur program.
Yeah, so our entrepreneurs program is designed is 14 weeks in total, but it's 1 day a week. So it's 2 hours per class session for straight 14 weeks. So each week has a specific title. So for example, we have marketing, finance, operation, legal, how to set up a corporation in a legal way, how to protect yourself, insurance, how to finance your program. So each night there are different instructor that come and talk about their area. All of our instructors, either they are current or former business owners. So this is a real practical knowledge that you are getting.
Great. I'm going to throw this question to Ola as a general advice. What advice would you give to underrepresented groups aspiring to enter the field of programming? Any advice you'll be able to share for those who don't want to sure this is what I want to do. I'm not sure if this is what is good for me. How'd you give the breaking ice?
That's a great question. I think, anyone who has aptitude towards technology can actually learn to code or to be a cybersecurity analyst or specialist or get into tech. Excuse me. One of the easiest ways is every one of us actually use tech when you think of it. The phone in your hand is a massive data aggregator and systems. Is working with GIS, is working with maps, is working with location-based systems. It's a software itself. When you play video games, you are actually learning you're developing some very strong way of solving problems. When you are working maybe at school, you want to start taking some classes in high school, you need to start taking some classes, whether it's online or in person in tech. Preferably, maybe you learn Python or JavaScript, which are open source. And without leaving an A of artificial intelligence, actually we teach that within in all our programs now, and cloud hosting. Why is that important? You'll find out in the next few years, a lot of professions are going to be decimated, that AI is going to replace a lot of things. So anybody who wants to study development right now, you want to start early, maybe you take a class online that is free. Maybe you start, if you're in school, if you're in high school, join a group. They have different smart kids classes or groups in schools that you can join to learn how to program, start getting your feet wet from there. And then when you finish, you can come to a place like Claim or any of the other programs out there and learn and become certified person who can actually develop applications. You really don't need college to do these things. What we found out is 32% of all the people that came to us don't have a college degree. And over the years, it actually went up. It went up to almost 68%. No college degree, but they're doing incredible work. People are coming out and making $75,000. Can you imagine that? So my advice is, yeah, start from where you are. Start from where you are. You can take some online courses. You can go to, small classes when you're in high school. And if you're an adult, you're already out of high school, then you can apply. We have some free classes that we provide to people, free classes that allow you to just start from nothing, where they will teach you the very basics of programming or cybersecurity. Little by little from there, you can just get in.
Thank you. I think that's a very good answer, where you never know until you try. So it's just getting started. Then you figure out along the way if it's something that you can do. But I'm sure most of the people who walked into Claim Academy, they walked with a lot of doubts, but I've had them share their success.
Right.
It's believing themselves. And I think that leads to my next questions, which I would want to hear from the three of you. The question is, based on the people that you've seen them succeed, either in constructions, in lab, or in programming, what is that something that is so unique or something so that is so common in them that make them stand out to be able to thrive in any of those fields that they are looking for? We could start with Diana.
Yeah, thank you. What I hear, again, most of my relationships are with the directors over the apprenticeship programs, or actually within the human resources division of the companies. What I hear is basically showing up on time and being willing to take direction. Because as an apprentice, you are there to learn from a mentor. And there's a starting point. Everyone has to start somewhere, and that might be picking up a 2x4 and having to haul it from point A to point B, and being able to be willing to do the work that's being asked of you by your, what we would say your crew leader, or by the journey level person. Now that's the skilled trade side. So I think it's showing up on time and being willing to take directions and being willing to learn. One thing about the construction industry is that every day your job site is different. So if you are interested in having the same thing and doing the same thing over and over again, and you don't want your environment to change, perhaps construction might not be what you're interested in doing, because the industry of the skilled trade side is that you will be rotated and you will be moving from one job site to the next based on your level of skills. So you'll start off as a first-term apprentice, but then over that 4 to 5.5 year span, you're going to continue to increase your skill set and your knowledge. So definitely showing up on time, being able to take direction, being willing to learn. School is a requirement. Classroom, sitting in classes is a requirement. So you'll have to do the on-the-job training, and as well as doing classroom instruction.
That's helpful. Very helpful information. Vamadu, I know you're just about to leave, but before you go, you wanna say something about that?
Well, first, there was somebody asked question about when our kid program starts. And basically, it's only during the summertime, so we don't have after-school program for that. I think your question was about what is what?
The question was about among the students that you've worked with that have come out successfully. What is it that makes them stand out to be able to do
Yeah.
better than others? What is that unique traits that they have?
Yeah, the number one thing is the desire to learn, something new, because science is always changing. There's always something new to learn. And if you are the kind of person that want to learn something new, we want you. Because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, science and technology rules the world. And if, for example, the minority are not getting in the field at the rate of the growth of our population, that means we are missing out. That means the country itself is missing out. So the most important thing is a desire to learn something new. The second thing is show up. If you say you're going to be there, you need to be there. Everything else we can teach you. But if you're not there, we can't teach you.
That's good. That's good. Do you have anything? I know you're going to be logging out and we are just ramming up, but do you have something else you want to add besides a question before we let you go?
I've only been following some question and I don't remember every one of them, but
I think the question that probably they may attach to was people who don't speak English.
Okay,
What kind of
yeah. Yes, we provide training for individuals that may have problem with English. Matter of fact, recently we graduated a couple of students. One was from Iraq, one was from Haiti, so and as well as Venezuela. So we train individuals that may have challenges with that. However, we want to make sure that you are legal to work in the United States. Your immigration status, and you at least have a green card, because all of our training are provided for free through government grants. That is probably one of the most challenging thing. If you are not at that status, we will not be able to provide you the training.
Right. No, thank you, Vamadu. We appreciate you for
And
your.
one quick thing to talk about, our organization, we reach more than 45,000 people annually in the region. Last year we helped nearly 700 people find jobs, and 200, almost 300 people gain new credential or certification. Annually, our impact to the community is over $28 million if you put everything together. And we're a little over 50 employees, full-time employees. So we're one of the largest nonprofit organization in this area. We can help you. If you need help, don't just sit out. Reach out to us. Even if we can't help you directly, we have partnership. We have over 30 partners that are nonprofit organization or for-profit organization, whatever the case may be. If our organization cannot help you directly, we become your advocate to make sure where we're going to send you, you get the necessary help that you need. So people can reach out to me at any point in time. We're open 5 days a week from 8 to 4 every day.
Thank you. I think the question about the contacts, we will definitely share the contacts for all the panelists today and the programs that they are offering. You will be able to receive it on the email. Ola, you want to share that part of uniqueness of your students who come out? I know a lot of people come into the program, but not everybody finish. What makes them those finish better?
Well, I think when it comes to people finishing, I want to share with you, we have about 98% graduation rate.
Nice.
So, and the way we do that is that we do a lot of interview and also to find out if that person has what it takes. we look at, do they want it, do they get it, and do they have capacity? But going back to your earlier question, which is, what does a person that we take, what do they need to have, or who do we look for? Number one, we look for someone who is willing to learn. Just like Vamadu said, willingness to learn is key. The second thing is somebody who has a belief that he can do it. Okay? Because if you believe you can do it, anybody can do anything they put their mind to. Anyone. So if they have that belief that they can do it, they can learn it. Now, software programming or cybersecurity is not math. It's just logic. A lot of people think it's mathematics. It's not. It's just logic. And the third thing we look for, apart from, does this person really want this? Okay? Do they really want it? If you want it, you can get it. And if you want it, we can make it available to you. So it's all about your own desire to learn, right? Believe in yourself that you can do it, and the ability to say, I really want this, and we'll help you to achieve your goal. Those are the things we look for.
Great. I think those are very helpful information. And the reason why I'm asking those questions, because it looks like some of it lies back to, for those who are parents, to be able to help our kids as they grow to develop and learn those, have those skills as they grow. Ability to work with people, ability to follow instructions, willingness to learn. Those are things that we can teach and help when they're growing. But when you're above the 18, then it's up to you on what the books that people are reading, the network that you're putting around is what is helping you to build your personality, your emotional intelligence, to be able to work with people. It's very critical. And because of time, I'm going to pass it to Elizabeth. You may want to share about what's coming up.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Elizabeth, and I'll be sharing the events that we have coming up. So one of the events we have is the Winter Mixer. We'll be having it this Friday from 6 p.m. at Christ Covenant Church. It will be for elementary and middle schoolers. So please, if you have any kids, please, you can bring them to enjoy so that they can have plentiful of games and crafts and also cultural exchange. Another meeting that we have is a mentors meeting. It will be on Thursday next week, January 23rd, from 5:30. So that one we'll have it at Cortex. So this one is for mentors. And if any of the people here want to be upcoming mentors for our mentees, please can join. And if you're interested, you can email us and then we can send you the link for signing up so that you can send you all the details. The next one we have is the Heartfelt Dinner, Valentine's Dinner for All, which will be on February 14th from 6 p.m. We'll be having it at the Orlando Gardens. The location is where we had our last gala. So please sign up for that too. You can come with a loved one, or you can also come with friends, or you can also come alone so that you can make friendships and also meet other new people. The next one we have is our mentors and mentees meeting. So this one we'll be having it from 11 to 1:30 on February 15th at Helix Center. So please, we're gonna be sending out the Google form for signing up. Please, if you're available, can be able to come. If you wanna be a mentor or a mentee or even find out more about the program, please avail yourself. Another one we have is the real estate sustainability that will be hosted by the African Chamber of Commerce. It will be on 30th January. at Brentwood Boulevard. So please, if you want to learn more about real estate, we'll have 4 panelists who will be discussing about it. Other events that you'll be having are the St. Louis Zoo Job Fair. It will be on January 29th, February 6th, and February 15th. For more details, please message or email us. We'll be able to send everything. And then we'll also be sharing out the flyer in our forums. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Elizabeth, for sharing that. We will be sharing most of that information online. I just posted on the link there for, I think, for the Valentine's that is coming up. I think I shared only to Elizabeth. I think I sent it to you. So we'll post and follow up on the link. But we will keep you posted for the next virtual forums. The next one that is coming up, we haven't set up the dates. We have upcoming adult mental health first aid class, and we have another one for the teen mental health first aid class coming, which we really recommend a lot of people to take. But other than that, please keep it following up with us, follow up with the events that are coming up, follow up on our website, our social media for more updates, because we were not able to bring everything on this. A lot of things can be shared on the either on the email or on the website. But we thank you so much, our presenters tonight. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Mr. Ola, and thank you, Vamadu, for your time. And mostly appreciating you all for staying with us. It's almost 1 hour, 40 minutes that you've been with us. We'll try to put this information together and share with you. Other than that, unless there's somebody who has anything that is really burning or a comment, I will want to give them 1 or 2 people say something before, if you had something that is really want to share, or a resource that you want to share with us. And Elizabeth, you can stop sharing now. If anyone has something to say, I'll give you a minute.
Yeah. Not just for those seeking employment or new entrepreneurs, I found that a lot of information that was shared tonight is actually something that's useful to me as an existing business person. So thank you. And thank you, Mr. Ola. And Vamadu, I know he's gone, and then our other presenter. So great job. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I put my name and my email, my information inside the chat. Feel free to give me a call. I can guide you directly to the point person in each of those apprenticeship training centers for the skilled craft side. So
awesome.
Happy
Thank
to
you.
connect. You're welcome.
Okay, I think we have to, I'm going to share this video as you leave. Elizabeth, do I have access to share? Okay.
Yes.
And can you hear?
We can't hear the video.
You can hear?
No.
Can you hear now?
No, we don't see it as well.
I think test audio setting. Well,
No problem. If you, well, that's fine. It looks like it's not working for me, but I will share the link. Let me click the link here and I'll just post it. You can always click and follow it out. So I'll post it on the link there. And that's good. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Diana. I really appreciate you for your time and everything that you do for us.
Thank you.
We hope everybody's safe.
Mhm.
And I see Dr. Nadipe, thank you so much for joining us. Konde, Mary Chege, thank you for your great comments. I see Sylvie, Lilian, Bessie. Hey Bessie, good to hear to see you.
Thank you.
Mr. Onadipe, good to see you. You
And you too. Good to see you.
I am good. I see, but
Thank you for the good program. Enjoyed it.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think it was a good information that the two panelists were able to share with us. All right. Have a nice, good, and stay
Have a
warm.
great evening.
Bye.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Take care.